this?
Someone tried to hack the Pentagon.
I have to stop this. It's game over.
Jeffrey, how are you?
I'm doing great, Anthony. So great to talk to you again for season 2
I'm
of
glad
Alex.
to meet you a second time and to be talking to you again. I apologize for the delay. Every light and fuse in this house just went out.
Oh,
So I've been down to the cellar to sort of work out why that happened.
well, it's okay. It's okay.
How are you? You're well?
I am well, and I love this series so far. I'm a few episodes in.
I'm glad you're enjoying it.
You know what I've been telling the rest of the cast today is what I love about the show. It's so English. You know what I mean? I feel like I'm in a different culture, in a different world. It is as far away from American as you can get. The pacing of the show, it's very English, and that's what I admire about it.
Oh, that's lovely to hear you say that. I sometimes think that we need to be more American. I think that the way television is going, with America dominating the airwaves, shows try to be more American. And in some ways, we learn from you. We learn about pacing. We learn about how young people behave and what schools look like, and in television world. So it's I guess I'm glad we've kept something of ourselves in there in the mix.
And this season, Alex is having PTSD. The aftermath of Point Blanc. He's seeking therapy. And I thought it was a unique situation, mental health aimed at teenagers, because it's something we don't talk about.
Well, I think actually it couldn't be more timely. We've just been through 2 years where teenagers have had their lives disrupted in ways that would have been unimaginable 2 years ago. And I don't think that we have actually come to terms with what that actually means to their sort of mental well-being. So a show in which a young hero is able to talk about his feelings and to overcome the challenges that he's going through, I feel is very timely to the world we live in now. Even though Alex Rider, the TV series, is really meant to be an escape from all that, I think it's good that it has some connection too.
And not only that, having his friends listen to him and concerned.
Well, I think that his friends, his close friends, of course, listen to him and support him. That is to say, Tom and Jack and the immediate sort of family around him. What is so awful for him is that the adults, represented by Stephen Delaney and Vicky McClure and MI6, close the door on him and just don't want to know. And that's, again, that sense of alienation is so close, so much about what the character is about. And it really does come home in this season.
And this season is based on the 4th book, Eagle Strike. Was that your choice?
Yes and no. I mean, I've always been part of a decision making. I think there's a single thing in this show that is entirely my choice. I'm very happy about the fact that I have collaborated with wonderful directors and, of course, with my friend Guy Burt, who is the adapter of the show. So we've had conversations about that. And we, that is to say, Guy and me, I think, were the first to say that Eagle Strike was the right book to adapt. Because if we'd gone with Skeleton Key, it would have moved Alex out of England, which, of course, first of all, had problems in time of COVID, but secondly, took him away from his family, from Jack, from Tom. How would we get Tom into a story when Alex is in America and in Russia? What would Alan Blunt and Mrs. Jones be doing? So we would lose everything that we built up in season 1. So it seemed a sensible step to just go to the 4th book.
Is it me, or did Otto do some serious growing after season 1? He looks.
I don't think. Well, I think he is. I think he is probably fully grown. I mean, he is 20-something years old.
Right.
And I don't. Well, actually, is he fully grown? No, I suppose he's still got a bit of growing to do. I think he still looks pretty much the same. I mean, perhaps a touch more serious, but that is, I guess, the part. It is a worry. I mean, we've got to make seasons 3 and 4 before he gets to be too old to do the part.
Absolutely. And, executive producer, are you happy with the way the series is going creatively? Guy Burt, you have confidence?
I couldn't be happier, Jeffrey. Guy and I have a very, very good working relationship. We discuss, we argue, we fight, but we're always friends, and we're always, it's always about the story, about the character, about, what I call the lines, so that you can, there's a lot to follow in this show. There's a lot of things happening, and it's got to be clear. It's got to move quickly. And I think that we complement each other, because if I've got a strength, it's in structure and storytelling. He has certainly got a fantastic ability to draw characters and atmosphere and to add to every idea that I throw at him. He's a wonderful person to work with.
And you released Nightshade earlier this year. The Alex Rider franchise is alive and well, isn't it, for fans?
Well, I tend not to use the F word about it because it makes it feel like a business when actually it's just a pleasure and a joy. Nightshade was a success, and I was very happy that, that the TV series has brought in, it seems, a great many new readers. I can see that from my, from my book sales. And next year I'm going to write Nightshade Revenge, which will be my 15th or my 14th Alex Rider novel, and it just does keep going. That's right. Who would have thought, back in 2001 when I wrote the first sentence of the first book, that I'd be here, on this junket and the second season and all the rest of it. Amazing.
Anthony, congratulations on all your success, especially for season 2. And thank you for joining me today. Let's talk again soon.
Thank you, Jeffrey.